today. I am Nokonai Milibo, Ipus Achoteken, a student with Real Life Christian University, Missouri, United States of America. PhD student in Educational Administration. I'm doing a presentation on the course Educational Technology and Innovation. Question 1. Discuss the potential benefits and limitations of implementing personalized learning through educational technology. The first potential benefit is adaptive learning. The second is improved engagement and motivation. We also have targeted intervention, efficient use of classroom time. We have individualized feedback and assessments. Then we have also continuous improvement, where you see data approach can lead to more practical teaching and learning strategies over time. Some of the potential limitations are there is the scaling learning across a whole school or district that is very, very demanding. We also have the second aspect of potentials for bias in adaptive algorithm. Then we have technological access and digital divides. That is also a limitation. Another limitation is balancing personalization and social interaction. The privacy of data and security that concerns students is not there. Teachers' readiness and professional development is also limited, and there is lack of evidence on long-term effectiveness. We'll move now to the second question. And what does the second question say? The second question says, examine the effectiveness of gamification in enhancing student engagement and motivation, online learning and environment. It should be noted that gamification in online learning is enhancing student engagement and motivation. It is process of applying a game-like elements and mechanics to non-game context. And we come to realize that the effects, there is increased engagement as far as the students are concerned. There is also improved motivation. Furthermore, there is enhanced feedback and progress tracking. We also have personalized learning pathway. Also, there is collaborative and social experiences that is being gained. We come to realize that while gamification in online learning has shown promising results, it also, these aspects need to be taken into consideration. First, we come to realize that gamification requires a deep understanding of game mechanics, and this needs to take into consideration some learning theories. Another aspect is that striking the right balance between game elements and the learning content is crucial to maintain the focus of educational outcomes and to prevent gamification from becoming a mere gimmick. Then, the third question, compare and contrast the benefits of synchronous and asynchronous online learning platform. We come to realize that there are two primary approaches in online landscape, which are synchronous and asynchronous platforms. Each has unique benefits. For synchronous benefits, we come to realize that there is real-time interaction, while in asynchronous, we have accessibility of learning content. In synchronous, we have immediate feedback and clarifications. Then, in asynchronous, we have deeper reflection and thoughtful responses. Synchronous, there is enhanced engagement and motivation. In asynchronous, we have scalability and efficiency. Also, in synchronous, we have the scheduling, which is flexible, that is scheduling flexibility. In asynchronous, we have flexibility and self-paced learning. Those are the benefits of both the synchronous and asynchronous learning platform. Are there some contrasts? Yes. If you want to contrast both of them, we come to realize in timing of interaction, synchronous requires real time, that is simultaneous participation by instructors and students, such as in a live video conference. Asynchronous allows students to access, engage, and learning material at their own convenient time. Then we come to look at also the immediacy of feedback. Synchronous provides feedback and opportunities for discussion as instructors and students can interact in real time. Asynchronous, it offers delayed feedback. We come to realize that students may need to wait for their instructors or their peers to respond to their questions and contributions. Looking at flexibility, accessibility, synchronous may have more secluding constraints as students need to log in and participate in specific times, while in asynchronous it offers greater flexibility, allowing students to access and to engage with the learning material on their own schedules. We can look also at the pacing personalization. In synchronous, we come to realize that the instructor may better suit for the students who thrive in structured learning environment. For asynchronous, you have your own pace, enabling the students to review their materials as needed, which can be beneficial with students in diverse styles and scheduling. 4. Discuss the ethical considerations surrounding the use of student data and analytical educational technology. We come to realize that the increasing integration of educational technology in the classroom has brought about much as concern the data and analysis that can provide valuable insights to educators and administration. First, in the aspect of privacy and consent, here you come to realize that students' data such as academic performance, attendance and records, and behavioral patterns can be highly sensitive and personal. The next, we come to look at data ownership and control. In addition, we have the algorithmic bias and fairness. Furthermore, there is transparency and accountability. Finally, there is the balancing benefits and the risks. So to conclude, by addressing the above ethical considerations, educational institutions and the technology providers can foster trust, maintain the integrity of the educational process, and ensure that the use of student data and analytics in educational technology is done in a responsible and ethical manner. Question 5. Analyze the impact of social media on students' learning outcomes and academic performance. The first is that it facilitates collaboration and information sharing among students. Second, it also gives students access to educational resources in that many educational institutions, they use social media to share course materials. Also, it enhances digital literacy by helping students develop important digital literacy skills. Furthermore, it improves self-expression and creativity in students. Now, take note, despite the above benefits, on the other hand, there are also negative effects, like we have distraction and it reduces the focus of students from their studies. There is also time displacement as students spend more time on social media instead on their educational activities. Another negative effect is seen as it reduces sleep quality and heavy social media during bedtime. Finally, cyberbullying and negative social comparison is another effect which are very, very negative. 6. examine the impact of changing demographics on higher education management, and how can institutions adapt to shifting student population. The first is aging and the declining birth rates. Many developed countries are experiencing aging populations and declining birth rates, leading to the coming down of traditions and college students. And this demographic shift requires support services to attract and retain a more diverse student body. There is also increasing racial or ethnic diversity, in which university population becoming more racially and ethnically diverse. Also, we have curriculum and program offerings, which is another aspect in that the diverse backgrounds of educational needs of the student population requires institutions to re-evaluate their curriculum. Then there is also student support service, where changing demographics have led to increase in the need for comprehensive student support services. Moreover, there is the effect on faculty and staff diversity, where due to the student population, higher education institutions must prioritize diversity among the faculty members. And finally, demographic changes can impact the overall culture and climate of higher educational institutions. Now, if you come to realize that institutions can adapt to shifting student population in several ways, like involving in enrollment management strategies, also involved in curriculum program offerings and student support services, faculty and staff diversity, institutional culture and climate, and finally, partnerships and collaborations. Question 7. Evaluate the role of virtual and augmented reality in enhancing interactive learning experience. We come to realize that virtual and augmented reality have potential to significantly enhance the interaction of learning experience in educational setting. Then we come to realize now that the following role it plays. The first is that there is immersed learning. Second, hands-on experimental learning is seen. There is also visualization and spatial understanding. Collaborative learning is inclusive. I will come to also realize that there is personalized and adaptive learning and accessibility and inclusivity. Not forgetting cost-effective and scalable solutions. However, the successful implementation of virtual and augmented reality in higher educational systems requires addressing some challenges, which are the availability and cost of hardware and software. We also have faculty training and adoption of new technologies. There is also the integration with existing curriculum and learning management systems. And finally, potential cyber security and privacy control. Question 8. Discuss the importance of digital literacy in the 21st century. It should be noted that digital literacy has become increasingly important in the 21st century due to the coming in of technology in all aspects of our personal and professional lives. The following are some of the reasons why digital literacy is important in our contemporary society. There is employment and career achievement and advancement as far as it is concerned. There is also effective communication and collaboration. Access to information and platform is available. There is also lifelong learning and skill development. Not forgetting civic engagement and digital citizenship. So, we can finally conclude that there is inclusion and equity, where lack of digital literacy can contribute to the digital divide. So, summarily, digital literacy is becoming a critical skill set in the 21st century that we need to empower the students and even the staff. 9. Envision a future classroom with integrated educational technology. What innovations would you include and why? Now, we come to realize that in envisioning a future classroom with integrated educational technology, there are innovations I would like us to consider. First is interactive displays and whiteboards. Digital whiteboards will be used for presentations, which encourages collaborative work. Second, are personalized learning platforms that helps us to be adaptive in our learning, taking into consideration the software and how to tailor our curriculum. The next is the visual and augmented reality. It is immersive visual and augmented reality experience that can bring lessons to life and allowing students to explore their environment. There is also collaborative learning tools. Also, there is learning analytic and feedback, which is very necessary as far as the teaching learning process is concerned. We also have automated assessment and feedback and the use of artificial intelligence tools. Vision 10, analyze the role of artificial intelligence on the role of teachers in classroom. The first is personalized learning. Second, automated grading and feedback. Administrative tasks are accomplished through it. Student monitoring and intervention is there. There is also professional development. And finally, collaborative learning. That will be it for the presentation. Thanks for listening. Once more, I have been Nokonaomi Libo Epus Achu Teken.